Hi, Keith and Beck. Thank you so much for joining us. What was the moment that you decided you wanted to share your story and why?
I feel so me sharing was, it wasn't straight away when I found out about we had Huntington's in the family because I needed time to learn and process. Prior to learning that we had Huntington's, I hadn't heard too much. So I took that time to learn as much as I could. Then watching Nan, I felt the need to just speak to everyone about it, and anyone that didn't know, I was happy to give them my understanding, our journey so far, and then with Dad's results as well. I just wanted to share any way possible to just get it out there, because I found there wasn't a lot of people that did know about Huntington's or what I was speaking about. So it was important to me, to us, to share so people had that understanding.
Was there anyone that helped you make that decision, or was it predominantly seeing your nan live through Huntington's, and then with Dad, with Keith being diagnosed with Huntington's, was that the predominant reason that made you decide to share?
Definitely. I think that was a main, and knowing that I had the support from you guys from Huntington's Victoria behind us in my understanding with Dad, my aim was purely to share for them. And my own genetic testing was just a journey, and I had to take some time before I shared that, but I wanted to share that as much as I could too, because it's so important to, like, you don't realize how much sharing your journey and your story can help somebody feel like it's okay to share.
Oh, I think that's well said, Beck. Was there, for both of you, was there a part of your family story that you decided was the first part that you wanted to share? And if so, why?
I think the first part was the unknown, like just going with our lives and living day to day. And then all of a sudden, Nan got a phone call to, go and have this tested for, because it was now known that it was along the line of our family. Prior to that, there was no idea of that this was in our family or our family line. So it was from the start, in a sense of, the learning, taking it all in, and then just sharing and getting it out there for the ones around us, for, family members, like, my side of the family, meaning my mum's side of the family as well, like sharing with them in the understanding. So it was from the start, I think, just getting our heads around it first and actually learning ourselves what we have to come, what our steps forward are going to look like now, and just adapting to that. So kind of from the start, I'd say. Yeah.
I think what's really important about what you've just both said is that people don't have to share in a public space, that they can actually start sharing with each other, even if it's the immediate family and then the more extended family, that even that sharing process is quite powerful and allows you to have a little bit of control of what's going on, is really what you're both saying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the build up. It's the build. You've got to learn and adapt and take it all in, and then process. You got to process it all as well, and that can be a lot, especially when you've got to process multiple things. And with Huntington's, there's multiple things that come up. There was Nan's diagnosis, then Dad having to get tested, and then when I was ready, taking that step myself. There's lots of steps in it. So it's just, sharing with those around you for the comfort. And then when you're ready, and it's when you're ready. You don't have to, not saying I wouldn't go and scream that for everyone at the top of the mountain that they need to know about this and, get it out there. But like, it's okay to share with your circle first and then get to that, because it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
And when you did share with your family and then down the track with the community, what was the response like for you both?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You felt supported and heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I agree. I felt like many years ago at the start, like I said, speaking about it, that I felt like there wasn't a lot out there. But today, speaking of today, it makes me so happy inside because it is known, and it's not, you don't get that, oh, what's that look when you speak of Huntington's. People know, and you can have that conversation. And I'm so proud of how Dad handles it with the community and how they handle it back in, from even down to care workers, supports set in place. Like it's just, it all makes it flow better and just work, even though it can be a lot. Do you agree?
Yeah.
You just think everybody works together in that, so it does help you feel good.
It's because of people like yourselves that people do feel differently, Beck. Now, when you say in the past that you and Keith didn't really feel like there was that ability to share and people out there, it's because the two of you have taken that step, courageous step to share, that other people have related to your story and gone, oh, I don't feel that uncomfortable now to share because Beck and Keith have a similar story to me. So I thank you for taking that first step, and it was a courageous one. And it's people like you that has given that avenue for people to feel comfortable to share. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I hope so.
Thank you.
Oh no, it's and because you're both Collingwood supporters, I may be a little bit biased. But anyway, moving on. So what would you both say to people who might be feeling a little uncertain about sharing their story? What would be your message to them?
I would say that's okay. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to not know what to say. Take that time to take it all in, and it's okay to have those feelings. But sharing is it's just so important. You just don't know how you're sharing your story, your journey can relate and help somebody get through that, that rough time, or those rough thoughts of, I need to talk, but I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to share. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Just give yourself time.
I feel like the message you're both giving to people today is take your time. You have to feel comfortable and you have to feel ready to share. But when you do, it's going to be reaffirming that others have had similar experiences to you, and it's going to give you that connection. You're not going to feel as isolated. Have I summed that up properly?
Totally. Yes. Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith. I just wanted to check. So my last question is there a particular avenue or forum that you think people should share their story on?
I think the community conferences and the Go Blue days like that, and when the community all comes together, like those days, they're so good. And if you are a little bit, don't want to stand up, that you write it down. There's so many ways for things to be shared to this, in this day. Your personal social media, like that's another, because you already got comfort there in a way. So like that's how I've kind of, my own personal social media is like a diary in a sense. And then the community days, and they're amazing. They're a good starting point as well.
I loved it when you all dressed up in blue for Go Blue May 22, the whole family. It was fantastic.
Yeah, we get into it, don't we?
Yeah.
I go a little bit crazy with the blue makeup, but Dad has a chuckle.
Oh, I love it. I think it's fantastic. Keep it going. Can I once again thank you both, Keith and Beck, for your time? I really do appreciate it. I know you're both busy people and you have your own lives, and you are always very generous with your time. So I thank you both for sharing your experiences in trying to help the community. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.